Hello, Sagittarius. I'm starting my readings with you. You don't ever get to go first, do you? It's like if someone's going to start an astrology series, they'll start with Aries because, um, you know, that's the first birthday of the zodiac, or they'll start with our current energy temperature, which right now is in Cancer. But I'm not going to. I'm going to let you be first, and I'm going to tell you why. Sagittarius, the element is fire. And you have a lot of fire. And that fire, a lot of times, there's like this natural competitiveness that you have. Sometimes with others, but mostly with yourself. Mostly with yourself. But you know what, Sagittarius, the thing is, you're a leader. And you're a natural born leader. You have beautiful leadership abilities, and that's why we're going to let you go first, because I know that you can lead the way. Before we start, I'm going to show you a couple pairs of earrings that are in my shop right now. The link is down below. I make beautiful crystal earrings, and I love to celebrate diversity. Every person who's ever worn a pair of Casavera earrings, their comment is they didn't think they could, and then when they did, it elevated them, and it makes them feel powerful and magnetic and beautiful, no matter if they're in their sweatpants or going to some kind of business meeting. These ones are raw moonstone, and they have, sorry, I can't get close to my camera, but they have the moon and a beautiful lotus, and lotus is the energy of no mud, no lotus. You got to go through the mud, because the mud shows you your strength and your resilience, but also you don't want to fight through the mud, right? It's like this, it's a forward motion, but it's fluidity. And that's how you truly find that full blossoming of yourself. I also have this dragonfly energy. So there's no crystals in these, just all different metal pieces, but dragonfly is really beautiful to work with, especially during the summer. It's very transformative. And the dragonfly, it goes like up above the water, and sometimes it comes down, and it has, again, it's almost like the element of air within the dragonfly, and it's beautiful. So if you're working with transformation, those could be lovely for you, for somebody else as a gift. Let's get into the reading. Let's see where your soul wants to go right now. First card for me is always going to be where the soul desires to grow. You came here to Earth School because you're like, I want to go experience the duality. I want to experience separation and then coming back to source, coming back to center. And I want to know that I can do it. I want to see that I'm unconditional love. I don't want to just expect unconditional love from others. I want to be that love myself, because that's where I came from. And that's why you're here. And along that path, there's going to be so many lessons, so many stages for you to hop onto so you can grow. Sacred purpose, eternal flame, ancestral legacy. Beautiful. So, sacred purpose, right now you're figuring out what it is that is your distinct mission, because your purpose is your mission. This card is a 43, which is a 7. So 7 for me, this isn't what it would mean in numerology, but anytime I've ever seen 7, it's alignment. It's like the 7 chakras. There's 7 colors in the rainbow, and we want that full spectrum love, that full spectrum alignment. An eternal flame is a flame that never goes out. It's the gift that was given to you that nobody can take away, and you're going to find it by looking back at your childhood. That's where you're going to find your sacred purpose. Whether it's something that you went through, that you transformed and you alchemized, and you have the tools to show other people how to do that work. I hit my nose. That's interesting, because that has to do with your gift of olfactory. That has to do with your gift of being able to sense and smell out what's actually in front of you. So it doesn't even have to do with your vision. It doesn't even have to do with your hearing. This one is that you have to get close to it to know what it is. You have to sniff people out just a little bit before you know if that's for you, if they're for you, if their energy feels good for you. You've had that since you were a child. It's to be deeply discerning. And it doesn't always make sense to other people, what you notice, what you see, and what you hear. But whatever you loved as a child, and sometimes it's painful to go back to childhood, because when I would do that work, my first thought was, I don't know what I liked. I was so disconnected from it. Everybody told me what I liked. Everybody told me what I was supposed to have or what I should do. But when you return to yourself and you look at, but when nobody was looking, or when I would get really excited, or when I would be alone in my playtime, what was it? You know, for me, I would talk to the moon, or I would feel sorry for people and I would leave them little gifts. And I would send healing energy to people before I ever knew what that was. And I was a giver, and I was also a receiver. I could sit in the breeze and feel the breeze and know that it was love and take it in. And so that has become part of my sacred purpose. And you have yours too. And Spirit's wanting you to look deeper, to look inside, to be like, what lights you up? This card also says ancestral legacy. And when you look even in your ancestry, if you're able to take away like the wounds and the trauma that surely have come to you through your ancestral legacy, as we all have that, you're also going to find strength. If you can lead the charge in looking for the good and looking in the strength and things instead of just the traumas, instead of just what went wrong, that's going to give you power. Most people in the world can't do that. They fix their vision on what they didn't like. They fix their vision on what hurt, and they continue to spin in that field instead of looking at it and taking the steps and the tools to heal from it and to rise above. They get stuck there, but not you, because you're a leader and you're willing to look at it, the dog. So now I'm asking confirmation, like in our sacred purpose, in our eternal flame, give us more information about that. And it says loyalty, sincerity, and unconditional love. See, that's what I was talking about at the beginning. You came here to go through all these different stages, all these different things, so that you could return to love. This is your eternal flame. This is your purpose. It's that golden retriever energy. It's loyal. It's kind. It's sweet. It gets excited. And it gets really excited. And see, that's how Sagittariuses are. When they love so deeply. They love so loyally. And they want it back. And that's also part of your purpose, is to be open to receiving that love through no matter what channel it wants to come in through to you. That channel can be a pet. That channel can be a free reading on YouTube. That channel can be the cashier. That channel could be the coin on the ground. But you have to receive all of it. All of it. Don't rate it. Okay? That's something that Sagittarius really needs to work on, is not rating things. Because again, that comes from that over-competitive nature, right? It's okay to desire excellence from yourself, but it's not okay to live within the boundaries of perfection, because that's stifling, baby. Don't do that. Do not expect perfection of yourself. There's no freedom in perfection. What we're wanting to do is come into a beautiful bubble of love, and to live in a bubble of love. More for my Sagittariuses, please, Spirit. Message for Sag. Begin anew. And it has this beautiful butterfly. Let me focus that. Look how gorgeous she is. So butterflies are symbols of transformation. And this is the thing. Every breath is a moment for a new beginning. But we want to get so focused on all of the times in the past that we've done it wrong. And we start spinning, and our brain just spins, and it replays it and replays it and replays it. What if you let your brain spin on a loop of everything that you did that was good, that was right, but don't put it up against what somebody else did that was wrong, because now you're comparing. Now you're still going back in this power play with all these invisible people that aren't even in your life anymore, just replaying things on a loop. And you're going to attract more of that. They're saying begin anew. Start a new way. This card is a 3. It's a 21. Well, a 3 is unity. It's your polarities, your masculine energy, your feminine energy, and your energy with source. It creates a triangle. Come back to unity always. Stop fighting yourself. Stop fighting what you actually want. Spirit says what you want is unconditional love. If you want unconditional love, baby, you have to remember that you're a conduit of unconditional love. You do it first. You hold that frequency first for you. What does baby want? She needs a snack. I'm gonna give her what she wants. What does baby want? They wanna rest and put their feet up, or they wanna take action towards their dream. They wanna give themselves the opportunity that they can have what they want. Eternal flame? Yeah, because you're fire. You burn forever and ever and ever. But what's feeding that fire? Is love feeding that fire? Is power feeding that fire? Is compassion? Is patience feeding that fire? What's feeding it? Or is it ego? You know? Is it pain feeding it? You can't move from pain. You have to love it. You have to feel it. You can't push it down. You have to let it have its space. You have to be still in the pain. And then you move in love. I'm doing this for this reason. And let it come from love. Not because you're needing to get back at anybody. Not because you got to prove yourself to someone just one more time. Not because you need to prove yourself to you. Stop doing that to you. People have been doing it your whole life. Making you prove who you are. Telling you you're not enough. Why are you replaying that? You get to write the script. You get to write the script. What does water want to say? Growth. I consciously change and evolve. You're being asked to change to the deepest level that you've ever changed. This woman, she is ripe with baby energy. You don't have to have a baby to give birth. You give birth to yourself every time you say, not this, this. And you put intention and you hold it for a while. Sometimes you even keep it a secret for a while. But you hold it and you nurture it and you dream about it. You can pray for it. You can talk to the angels about it. You can prepare for it. You can take action towards it. Allow yourself to birth whatever it is that you're wanting to birth. Spirit says you have the power to do that. But if you would let water assist you, let water take you for a while. Not everything's about muscle and brawn and strength. Sometimes the most powerful thing that you can do is learn to float. Sometimes the most powerful thing that you can do is to go with the flow. Going with the flow is not laziness. It just means stop forcing what doesn't want to open yet, you know? But continue. Keep your vision of what it is that you want to open for you. Keep your vision. Don't let it go. But don't force it either. You know, you have to trust divine timing. But divine timing isn't there's someone big up in the sky granting you your wishes. Divine timing is that you have the divine dwelling in you as you. And to live as the divine, which is in love. And then when everything's in alignment, the door will open. It always does. Look at your life and see all the doors that have been opened for you and receive it. It says to celebrate simplicity. Not everything has to be so complicated. I'm sorry, the words are backwards. I don't know how to flip that. On the back it says, I'm more fulfilled when there's less to manage and maintain. If it's not nourishing your dream, take it off your plate, take it off your schedule. There are things that are nourishing your dream. There are really, really good friends in your inner circle. And those good friends, they invite you to become a better person. There's also the friends in your life that do not do that anymore. Why are they getting a lot of your time? You can quietly exit. You don't have to cause a scene either. You don't have to hurt a bunch of people. You can just quietly start putting your energy towards what feeds you. If there's a habit that you're in and every day you just see yourself in that same habit and it's not feeding you, it's not nourishing you, it's just something extra, but it's taking away from where you could be doing something that would really help you shift into a new timeline, the timeline that you've been created for, the timeline that's part of your sacred purpose, which is unconditional love of yourself. That's what you want to be putting your investment in, see? Always put your investment in what's going to give you a great return. If it's not doubling your energy, if it's not tripling it, if it's not giving you more peace, if it's not more love, well, that's not a good investment. That's not a good return on your resources. Remember, resources are your time, your money, your words. All of those are resources. And guess what? They're all equal. They're all equal. You have the 5 of Fire. 5 of Fire says competing goals, bothersome details, and conflict with others. That's coming back to the simplicity. That's coming back here. This is why we need to simplify. Because see, competing goals. And what have I been saying about competition and competition with yourself? Think about what your goals are. And this is what I want you to ask yourself. Are you always playing defense? If you're always playing a game of defense in your life, meaning defending yourself against what you don't want, defending yourself maybe even around like what's good for you, none of your energy gets to move up to make the goal. You get it? Competing goals can be like, I want this, but I also want this. And not understanding how the two can actually marry. Instead, what we want to do is find the commonality in things. And a lot of times there's not a competition if we would let the competition go. It might just require that we become a bit softer with our goal and stop forcing it and stop having a timeline. I'm going to ask for a guide for you. You have great work to do, it seems, and I think you're doing a really good job. Like, isn't that exciting that your purpose is to love? Does that just not take like so much pressure off of you to know that your purpose is just to bring the spirit of goodness to everything that you do in the present moment? And if you're doing that, you're winning. We've got Hilarion, or I don't know how to say his name, but this is a lot of heart chakra energy. He reminds me of Archangel Raphael, which is an angel I channel a lot when I do my energetic healings with people. And if that's something that you're interested in, I'm going to have everything linked below for other ways to connect with me. It says divine healing. How beautiful. Healing within yourself, because remember, the divine dwells within you as you. It says, honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal, and your light can support others. Your light can support others after you recharge. See, that's the important piece. Honor your sensitivity. Sagittarius doesn't want to be sensitive, right? Because Sagittarius is strong. Again, they're the fire, but Sagittarius, to me, out of all of the fire signs, they're the softer glow. Have you ever tried to connect with your softer glow? It's nice because it doesn't hurt to like look at it. You know, when things are just so bright and it hurts your eyes, are just so hot, you can't get near them. Well, Sagittarius, your gift is that you actually, you can be a bit softer. And that's what's beautiful about you. That's what I love about you. Invite in this beautiful green light. Work with the color green. Wear green. Green is going to be very restorative for you right now. And remember that anything that you can do to simplify right now as you're inviting space to even envision something new is going to be really important. Creativity is always expanded in spaciousness. Thank you so much for listening to this reading. I would love it if you liked it or subscribed to my channel. Leave a comment below. All of my Etsy shop, my Instagram, my website, all of that's going to be listed for you. I do so many different things. I create crystal earrings. Here's one. I offer private mentorship. I do one-on-one readings through Zoom. Those are one of my most loved offerings. And I also do a 2-hour clarity call, which is where you receive over an hour of energetic healing and energy with me. And then we actually have intuitive one-on-one conversation with Oracle. I am not a licensed therapist, but I have therapists who have come to me and they say that that's therapy for their soul. And that's my goal, is for us to find tools so that you can grow yourself, so that you can expand yourself, and so that all of the power is just yours. So until next time, stay safe and I love you.